Hey everyone, welcome back to That's Some Idea. I'm Erica. If you are returning, hey. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button, come hang out. I am sitting on my patio today because we are going to show you what the fairy garden finally looks like and how it turned out. And we're going to go through the process. So I'm out here today, just sitting out in the sunshine and actually having a cup of coffee and admiring the fairy garden. But I'm going to throw in lots of video clips of us putting it together and then finally what the final result looks like. So without further ado, if you do have a coffee, sit back and watch us create our fairy garden, and we'll see you all on the other side. Okay. So this is kind of the area that we're looking at for our fairy garden. I have, with my daughter, put a fairy garden in here before, and I'll insert a clip of what that originally looked like. We did that probably about 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Started collecting during the pandemic just as something to do, and then, kind of building with it. And so I'll show you some of the pieces. Like I said, I'll insert a clip of what that looked like. And I still have a lot of those pieces, and I'm going to walk over here on my patio and show you just everything that we've collected. But we're looking at this sort of wide area, and we're going to go all the way to the basement well window. And then I'm going to walk this way. And then I sort of have this area right here. I'm sort of trying to decorate around my my sump pump just to kind of hide it. But I think we're gonna maybe move over into this area because we have so many pieces, and you can kind of see some of them peeking over there, and just kind of see what we're working with. And then I also have, obviously several garden stakes. Not everything is going to fit into this area, but I also will walk this way. I have an entire landscaping section in the back of my house. We're giving a sneak peek of everything we have. I have an entire landscaping section back here that I can put garden stakes in, and I can kind of show you what we're working with. So let's move back here. Just make sure that I don't fall. Okay, you can see our shadows. This is my daughter, Wave. And then let's look at everything that we have. We're coming up here. You can see here a lot of the new stuff that we've gotten from Dollar Tree, from Aldi, from Temu. This big bag is sort of filled with all the garden stakes. You can see my big turtle that I got from TJ Maxx and Home Goods, lots of other garden stakes over here. And then if you cross back this way, more fairy houses and things from Dollar Tree. And then this was my original set. This had been stuff that I had collected, from like Amazon and things like that, and some Dollar Tree pieces. And some things I may have gotten at like Target. And you can see my original little gnomes right down there. But we're still going to work with a lot of this stuff because there's some cute pieces still in here. Like you can see those little floral stakes right there. Those are clay pottery stakes that go in the ground, and they look like flowers when they move. So we're going to incorporate all of the old with the new. So you can see we're working with a lot of stuff. And we'll kind of pick and pull, see what works. Maybe we'll throw some things, into storage if not everything fits, and we can pull it out another year, if one more of these doesn't make it another year just because of sun damage or breakage or whatever. But we'll go through all of that. So without further ado, we are going to get started to place these pieces into a fairy garden. Okay, starting off in the grass, we're gonna do the big reveal. After having finished everything, this is what our fairy garden now looks like. You can see sort of everything that we have been collecting and everything that I've incorporated from my previous fairy haul, and some things you might not have seen when I was showcasing everything, because we had a couple sort of break on us in the box. You see that sort of fairies lives here sign that broke in the box. And my pretty gal pals there, those are solar. One fell off, so we had to do some E6000ing, but everybody's back up to snuff here. And we'll get down here on a level and I'll show you some cool things that you didn't see that were super tiny. Some of the things that we have are little fences that can go in the doorway frames that stick in the ground. You can kind of see that little table and chairs back there. Lots of little mushrooms. All the gnomes are hanging out. There's even a couple of fairies in here. And then this I made, actually. I made that from items from Dollar Tree. It's supposed to be like a pond with a little dock. But you can kind of see everything back here. And then here are some of the garden stakes that we use, the mushrooms. And we come over here, the solar lamps. All the various little mushrooms creeping out. This is essentially the whole fairy garden. So cute. This turned out so cute. And then as we sort of move back over here, we did a little bit more of like a Garden Friends theme to sort of block my sump pump back there that when it gets released. But we have all the little Garden Friends from the Dollar Tree, the little garden foot pad things from the Dollar Tree, stepping stones, and then the big yellow turtle, because he has a home now because he came home with me. And then you can see some of those floral garden stakes. Now I didn't use everything. We can put some of it away in the stash, and obviously if things get you know, faded out from the sun, we will just use what we have for next year and we'll pull things out as we go. But that is our brand new fairy garden. And now we have turned on all the buttons to everything that is solared. So we'll have to see what that looks like at night. But I'm so happy with the way this turned out. Do one little walk around again. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let me know if you're doing a fairy garden this year. Let me know where you're putting it. I actually have dreams inside the house. Many of you are probably going to say, hey, Erica, where are all the little, characters that you've been grabbing, or the little tiny houses? I have a plan for those, and it's coming. This is more of my bigger one. Let me know if you all are doing a fairy garden. Are you doing a rock garden? Are you putting, wind chimes and windmills in your garden just for decor? Are you putting stepping stones? What are you doing this year? Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, come hang out longer, and I'll see you all on the next go around.